Trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. Trade what you see with Larry Pesavento. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. Now, Larry Pesavento.
Okay, looking good, Billy Ray. Feeling good, Lewis. Well, be careful what you ask for, because here's where we hit it. We just hit 51.91 on the S&P, the 618 on the daily. That's a 10-day rally, I believe. Let me see, 27. Let's just double check this just for kicks and giggles, just to see where we are here. It is a 13-day rally, it looks like, isn't it? Oh, 11-day rally. Well, 11-day rally. This is where we are right now. Now, if you're doing this, here's what you should be doing. Go to the weaker of the indices, okay? Now, here is the Dow Jones. Okay, now you see we just made new highs. You see this? This is just barely at the 382. This is the one you'd want to sell. Okay, you'd sell it right here and then put your stop up here. You have to risk about 100 points. Or if the S&P starts getting above 51.92, 93, then you could exit this with I would think, a small loss. So that's how you handle the risk of what you're looking at on these things. Now, Norm Winsky will be our guest today. Tomorrow, we're going to have Paula Tomasini Webb Douglas will be on there because she's having a webinar on trading, a free one. I think we're going to hear a little bit about that. That'll be that happens on Tuesday the 8th, and then later in the week we're going to have Stan Harley as our guest. So anyway, that's what I would be doing, looking at that. We hit the same numbers, went a tiny bit above the 618 in the Dow Jones, the NASDAQ, but not. Well, since we're looking at this, let's just look at it together. Since we're someone asked me a question about that Apple. I don't understand why that stock would be that weak, given the fact that the rest of the market is really strong. Okay, here is this. Now let's just put this up here on the hour. Better put that on the daily too, shouldn't I? Let's get that up here to see where we are. I don't trade this one, but there we are. By golly, percent right there on the old NASDAQ too. There it is. There's your old... there it is right there. We're sitting right there on the money, 81.09, and there it is right there. Now let's get to what really matters, boys and girls. And, you know, we've been talking about the grains for quite some time here. So let's just take a quick look here, and we're going to come over here and look at a couple of things here in the here's one other one that you have to pay attention to. It's probably it's just very, that's not the one I want. And this is the one I want right here. This is silver. Let me get the half-hour chart on silver up in here so you can see it right here. Okay, here's silver. Now you can see here we are setting right at the 382 of this whole down move right here at 27.62. The high has been 27.67. That was the exact high. There's your 382 right now. Now, that's a 4-day rally coming in at a 382 level. I mean, my goodness, that looks like it'd certainly be. It's got too much junk on here. I'd have to clean all this stuff out. But there you can see there's your 382 coming in right here, right now. Now, I wouldn't, you know, it's up to you. The risk here is extremely small, 6-7 cents, I would think, at the very most, if you were to attempt to do that. So I'm just going to take this one off, and I want to get to the things that really count here, and that is the corn and things like that we have a really strong interest in. Let's get this up here so we can get the old Christmas corn up, because I really believe we've just about hit our yep, I think we're come real close to it. Let's get up here right now. Just there's the, I said on the video, folks, that this thing is looking more bullish all the time. And the reason why is there is a weather problem at one of the places in Brazil. And that's what's causing this strength in the soybeans. Now, you can see the action that we're looking at here. Our basic premise here is we should make at least 490, as you can see here. And we're not very far away. We're just actually, it's 494 is the number here. The smaller pattern has made it right here at 487. That was this let's get this out of the way and making it. There's your 484 was your ABCD move on this one right here. The bigger target, of course, was right here at 490. That's up another 3 cents. But look at this. The thing that we talk about a lot. Let's just go back to a small time frame here. Look at this. Look at this correction, folks. You know how we always talk about A, B, C, D, and how we talk about 382. This was the action. Here's where we came in. Okay, this was Friday. Here's what we had. Beautiful A, B, C, D. Just spot on. I mean, corn is an easy market to trade. There's your A, B, C, D, and it's just a shade. I'm talking just enough to get you filled. That's your 382 right down here. Now, if we were doing this show here, like we would have been doing live trading today, like we're going to be doing on Friday, this would have been a flat-out goodbye, because you don't have to risk very much, and you see it's already made $500. So that's why we're watching all of these grains very, very closely. There's a couple of them that are going absolute bonkers to the upside. Would not expect it, but I wanted to bring those to your attention too, because we've been rather bullish this for quite a while. Here's the same situation. Here is the chart of July wheat. Now remember, when this stuff was down here, Putin was short like. He's no longer short. He got whacked in here somewhere, I guess. But we were trying to buy at 518. Now, this is July. We were doing December. And anyway, the market has had a move up. And then the same theory. Look at this. A 1, 2, 3, 4-day rally. Where did it go to from the low? Stopped exactly 3 days in a row at the 382, showing really strong support. And that means that we're heading higher, and the ABCD on this extends all the way up into these highs back in here. Folks, this is just starting. The reason why I feel this is because if you're having problems like this, and the thing isn't even been planted, and it's from another country that has 33% of the soybean production in the world, and it's in one small area down there, and if that area spreads and we have any trouble at all, be looking at a volcano happening in beans. I'll explain to you how some people have traded this in the past. I mentioned it in the video that I sent out over the weekend to look for prices to start to go higher. It wouldn't make any difference whether this thing breaks or not, this weather pattern, because it's already told you that there's something wrong with the crops coming out, and they're either too cheap or something is different, and that's what you want to try to look at. You're going to get chances to buy it, believe me. The first time the weather clears up down there, you'll probably get a 30-40 cent break or more. Where will it go to? 382. That's most probably what it'll do. So we need to be focusing on that quite a bit. That's the main thing that we want to start to keep focusing on. Okay, now we had another question about another stock. Hold on, it has to be Tesla, of course. I should just put this on the show for good and just leave it in here, but I don't know anything about this stock, and I don't know anything about Apple either. I'm just looking at the technical part of this. Here's where we are here just over the last few days. There's nothing really happening here. You see, we had a little 3-day rally here. This is not very much at all, folks. That's just a 3-day rally at a 382. That's all that is. We'll be right back. 877-927-6648.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
The stock market is a delicate, interconnecting web of commodities, equities, and trader psychology. When one string of the web is pulled, it has a ripple effect across the broader market. This is where opportunity lies. But how are you to gather all of this information into one cohesive model when you're already spending your energy looking for any possible trade opportunities? Luckily, you don't have to worry about that, as Tom O'Brien has brought all important market news to you in one single newsletter, Market Insights. Market Insights provides a daily overview of what's happening in the indexes, bonds, gold, and more. Follow along with Tom daily as he analyzes the components that affect the overall movement of the stock market, giving insight into how each one plays either a bullish or bearish role. Tom also analyzes specific equities that he believes has the potential to make huge returns, and his track record proves his analysis right. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Don't let the market leave you in the dust.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Okay, folks, I posted a chart here of December wheat. I'm going to do it as an example. Back in 1983, when I was at the floor of the exchange there, we shared an office with Dr. Marty Brutman, Byron Tucker and I and Marty, where we could go and, have a little desk to work on and stuff. And it was in the Merck building, but Marty he was from South America. He was a plastic surgeon turned trader. And he didn't do much technical analysis, but he heard Byron and I talking about beans, that we were sort of bullish on beans back in 83. He said, how do I make money in beans? I said, Marty, you put up whatever you want to risk, and you buy your first contract, and every day that it makes a new high, you buy another one. And you keep doing that until it doesn't work. And he said, well, isn't that risky? I said, no, if it's going up, you're buying into strength and you should be okay. What you have to do is you have to put your stop below the previous day's low. And if you keep buying and it keeps working, you're going to make a lot of money. And the first time that it reverses, you're going to make less money, but you'll still make some money. Well, that makes sense. Well, folks, this is the beginning of what happened back in 83. It was down in here. It went up for quite a few days, and it backed off for like 3 little days. And of course, he lost during that little bit of time, but he had made a lot of money in through here. And then it started again, and that's when it really started. I think it went as high as the all-time record for number of days in a commodity. Well, cocoa must have broken it. Yeah, I'm sure it has. But the old record was silver. Did it twice, 22 days up and 22 days down without a correction. Sugar did it also in 66, and one other one, I can't remember which one it was. But anyway, this I believe it was soybeans in 83, but I could be wrong. Anyway, that's what happened, and he made a great deal of money on it. Now, those weather markets don't happen very often, but when they stop, I mean, just to give you an example, folks, if you would have, I don't trade cocoa. I haven't traded cocoa in 50 years. I don't plan on doing it. But here it is right here. If you were to have done this, let's just get back over here. I'm trying to show you this because we are in a weather market now here. Okay, here's where we are here. There's where we were. Oh, we came all the way down to a 61% retracement. Son of a gun. Amazing, isn't it? Okay, let's take a look here to see how many days in a row this thing went up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 days. Then it backed off a little bit. Yeah, but see, nothing like the 22. 22 days was the record that was held by silver, 22 up and 22 down, and sugar in 66, and those are the ones that I remember. So this market is probably finished now. It'll probably have a little bit of a rally. What's amazing, folks, because cocoa is, basically chocolate, I have been following what the price of chocolate is because I have a significant other here, the main squeeze, really likes dark chocolates, preferably from Belgium. Well, believe it or not, the price of cocoa or chocolate and stuff is up very, very slightly. I just checked it yesterday, and maybe this is stuff that they've had in stock, but I mean, nothing like going from 11,800. That's a 61% retracement of the whole move from back here, folks. Hello, operator. I mean, that's a big deal. Now, maybe it goes back up from here. I don't know. I'm bringing this to your attention because we are in a weather market in these markets. There's no question about it, in my opinion. The corn is it's going to be the laggard on this weather market because it's a larger crop, and everybody doesn't think it's going to go higher than 490, and it certainly could possibly do that. But by golly, who knows? We'll have to wait and see. Just do one thing at a time, okay? Okay, now if you did that trade in the S&P, make sure that you don't lose any money. Put your stop at 51.91. If it gets back there, let them play by themselves. But right now, just leave it like it is and see what happens. Okay, now I want to get one other thing on the subject. I'm going to give this as a little precursor here because I don't know when it's going to happen or if it's going to happen. But if it does, you certainly want to be ready for this, folks. Let me open this one here like this. Put this out. Not yet. All we're getting now in soybean oil, which we think that's our big bullish play that we want to get if we get down here. See, all that's happening now is people that are seeing beans go up are buying oil. And that probably is the wrong thing to do because what they're doing is when soybean meal, I'll show you soybean meal in a section. When soybean meal is going straight up, they're crushing the bean into 80% soybean meal, tofu, and all the other stuff that they use it for. And the other 20% is soybean oil, for cooking oil and automobile paint and paint for everything, So anyway, that's what we're paying attention to. We still think we're going to get down here. There will be a time here where we'll have a spot to get this at a pretty good price. Now let's take a look at why the beans are moving up so much. Now, this is my 2 cents worth, but believe me, I've been in this game a long time with this stuff. Let's look at the December meal here, which is right here, and we're just going to get it up and see it right here because this is the new crop meal, and you can see here that it is running like a striped deer. And look where we are. See, here's one of those days, boom, and away it goes. Right here, there was your 382 retracement, folks, right here. Let me get this out here so you'll be able to see it. I believe it was right there. Let's double check and see from your low to your high right there. There it was, 1 day down, and then bang, and that was just last Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and today. So you can see here we've exceeded that. So where can we go from here? We're probably going to be approaching. I don't know if there'll be anything going to be happening because we're in a weather market, so you got to be extremely careful, especially from the short side. You can do it. You can sell anytime you want to, but for heaven's sakes, put a stop in because if you don't, boy, you could be looking at some real shit. Look at here. If you'd been long here and never put a stop in through here, this is how I lost all my money in 73 and 74. I had these cycles. I'd buy this cycle low. Boy, that looks good. And then boom. I'd buy that cycle low, and this is boom. I'd buy this cycle low, and boom. And finally, boom, boom, boom. This is goodbye house, goodbye car, goodbye boat, goodbye wife. And that's the end of the story, and I'm sticking to it. Norm Winsky will be our guest here in just a few minutes, and we will also have tomorrow, as I mentioned, Paula Douglas. Paula, she's got so many last names, I can't remember all of them. But she'll be our guest tomorrow at 1:30. Wednesday, that'll be an open date. And then Thursday, I believe we're going to have Stan Harley if he's back from his trip into the Deep South. So that's what we're paying here attention to. I've got to check the thing on the wall to make sure what we're looking at here. We got a whole minute left in the segment. I wanted to show you this one because this is something that just happened here today. There is the NASDAQ that we were looking for, and we hit that number spot on, folks. So this is a time where either the market's going to roll over from here, or you're going to take you're going to break even. That's the bottom line. That's the way it looks to me. So keep your chips to your vest. I really like this chart right here that Jeff Hughes showed us that shows the credit expansion that's been going on since 2009 when they brought in quantitative easing. And someday this will come to an end, but maybe not in our lifetime. We'll be right back. 877-927-6648. Stay tuned for the wizard himself, Norm Winski.
The Gold Report. As a precious metal, gold is still king. It continues to hold the most effective safe haven and hedging properties across the global major trading hubs of the London OTC market, the U.S. futures market, and the Shanghai Gold Exchange. The Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his weekly gold report every Monday morning for subscribers, consisting of coverage of the XAU, HUI, GDX, the dollar, bonds, the South African rand, as well as 25 different mining equities with specific buy-sell recommendations. The Gold Report. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee so you have nothing to risk. Subscribe to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report newsletter now at TFNN.com.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
This portion of Trade What You See is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
We're back, folks, and I believe we have Norm Winski in the house. Norman, how are you doing today, my friend?
Great. Hello, Larry. You hear me okay?
Coming in loud and clear, my friend, loud and clear. What do we have to look at today, my friend?
All right. Well, I was last on your show on the 19th. That's a Friday, April 19th. And I had 7 forecast points here, as we see on the, hopefully everybody can see on the screen. And I'm going to review those, see how it all came out. And AC is after the close, so that would be something that was happening over that weekend of the 19th. So we had, I'm going to quickly review those, and then we'll look at the charts. We had Mercury 0 south latitude. Anytime we have a Mercury cycle, we want to be looking at the grains. By the way, the stocks potentially respond to all these points versus commodities are narrow filters and tend to only respond to specific signs and planets. So then we had the Mercury cycle over the weekend, the corn, soybeans, wheat. Then we had Jupiter lining up with Uranus in the sign of Taurus, the bull, for cattle, copper, cotton. Then we had Jupiter to the U.S. natal chart. That has to do with where the planets were when the country was founded on July the 4th, 1776. Anytime we have that to the U.S. chart, we want to be looking at U.S. stocks, T-bonds, and U.S. dollar. And then that was the afternoon of the 22nd. And then the morning of the 23rd, we had Jupiter again to the U.S. Neptune. That's the usual stocks, T-bonds, U.S. dollar, and oil. And then the night of the 23rd, we had a full moon in Scorpio for financials, grains, precious metal, oil, cocoa, hogs, T-bonds. And then the night of the 24th, we had the moon's north node to the U.S. chart for stocks, T-bonds, U.S. dollar. And then the night of the 24th also, we had Mercury in Aries turn direct. Again, we had a Mercury cycle for corn, soybeans, wheat. Here's the corn chart. Our first point there, we have 3 points for the grains. And our first point, that's a red arrow. That means if you sold there on the, we like to sell on strength, buy on weakness. And so if you sold there, obviously you would not have done well. So that's a red arrow. On the other hand, the night of the 23rd, the full moon, was that a full moon? It was a full moon, right? Full moon in Scorpio. That was a short-term top there. Then our next point was Mercury turning direct. That also worked for a little short-term low. So you had 2 out of 3 winners there. Here's beans. They followed a little bit of the same pattern of corn. And that you had the first one was a miss. But then we top on the full moon. And then we kind of went sideways for our next point there. So that's a yellow box is a sideways pass, or either a sideways or it's confusing. So we just take a pass. Here's wheat, not so friendly wheat. We kept going higher there for our first point and kept going higher for the full moon. And we finally got one. We were 1 day early on our third point there for the wheat. And then the cattle, that was okay. We had a nice top there on the cattle for our Jupiter Uranus in Taurus, the bull. And as you see, you had a nice drop there in the cattle. The cotton was just going sideways, so we took a pass. Here's cocoa, crazy cocoa. Pulled back, and we made a full moon in Scorpio. Usually the cocoa doesn't dance much to the moon, but because it was in its ruling sign of Scorpio, then we wanted to look at that, and you see that you made a little short-term low there on the cocoa. And then here's the hogs, made a very nice top there on the full moon in Scorpio. That's also Scorpio market. And then crude oil made a little bit of a short-term top there on the full moon. And here's copper on our Jupiter. Uranus is copper. So we made a little short-term top there on a Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. And then we're going sideways on silver, so nothing there. And gold, you made a little bit a low there, a little bit of short-term low there, and a bit of a rise from that. And the S&P was probably our best market. We hit, I think, 6 out of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we hit 6 out of 7 on the S&P. Rather than taking up the time to go through all those points, you have the notes there. If you want, I'll be happy to send the notes to you. And anyway, we had 2 points there. That was a nice low. Then it blew through that one. But then the next one was the day before that, a high. And then there was the best one there. We had 2 points there and then pulled back for a very nice low there. And here's the bonds. We have 4 points for the bonds, and we made a low there, high, double high there, and down. So that was all good. And then the U.S. dollar, we had 2 points there with a full moon and a point to the U.S. chart, and that was a nice low there for the dollar. Here's your looked at a couple of currencies. You made a nice short-term top there on the Canadian dollar, but it didn't work out for the euro. So if you add up all the green arrows and red arrows, we had 23 winners, 6 misses out of 29 for 79.31%. Coming up now, almost just a day away or so, we have a new moon coming up in the sign of Taurus, the bull. We'll be looking at financials, grains, precious metal, oil, and because it's in Taurus, the bull, we'll look at cattle and cotton. And then the next night, AC is after the close, so the next night, we have Mars perihelion. That's from Greek. Helios is sun. Para means close. This is Mars, a 2-year cycle around the sun. Mars will be at its closest point to the sun in its 2-year cycle. That would be, Wednesday night? Wednesday night. Yep, that's right. Wednesday night. And we'll be looking at, because it has to do with the sun, be looking at the golden corn, the golden gold, and stocks, of course. And then we have a Mercury cycle coming the night of the 9th. That's Thursday night coming up. And anytime we have Mercury, we want to be looking at corn, soybeans, wheat. Maybe you'll get your 490 on the corn there by Thursday night, Larry, and then we'll looking for a top. If it pulls back into that window, then I'd be looking for a low. We have Jupiter to the U.S. Pluto, stocks, T bonds, U.S. dollar for the afternoon of the 15th. That's next week, and the night of the 17th, Jupiter to the U.S. Neptune, stocks, T bonds, U.S. dollar, oil. And then the night of the 17th, also, we have another U.S. point. That's a double whammy there for the night of the 17th. And that's a weekend. Stocks, T-bonds, U.S. dollar. I almost always show how I didn't give you this in advance, but my subscribers all see this in advance. I draw, it's kind of like the a la Bradley style. It's not exactly Bradley. I do my own version of this, but I draw this blue line in advance for the month. This is for April, starting April 1, ended on April 26, and then I overlay the prices on top, and it's
We'll have to pay a few bills. Stay with us. We'll be back with Norm Winsky, Astro Trends, Naples, Florida. Stay tuned.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening Call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
The stock market is a delicate, interconnecting web of commodities, equities, and trader psychology. When one string of the web is pulled, it has a ripple effect across the broader market. This is where opportunity lies. But how are you to gather all of this information into one cohesive model when you're already spending your energy looking for any possible trade opportunities? Luckily, you don't have to worry about that, as Tom O'Brien has brought all important market news to you in one single newsletter, Market Insights. Market Insights provides a daily overview of what's happening in the indexes, bonds, gold, and more. Follow along with Tom daily as he analyzes the components that affect the overall movement of the stock market, giving insight into how each one plays either a bullish or bearish role. Tom also analyzes specific equities that he believes has the potential to make huge returns, and his track record proves his analysis right. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Don't let the market leave you in the dust.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Okay, we're back, folks, with Norm Winsky. Please continue, Norm.
Thank you, Larry. When we went to the break, I was showing you this chart, and this chart, I put these key astro points on the chart in advance, and it's a veritable class in financial astrology. Look at this. This is Mercury turning retrograde where the red arrow is on that line there, and you see you made a little short-term low there. Here's the you might remember back on the 8th of April, we had a total solar eclipse, and you're making a top there. Over here, we had Mercury 0 latitude. Let's go just straight down that line there. Now look at I think the low of the month there was on Mercury 0 latitude. Then we went up to the full moon there, and we made a top, and a little retest top there would Mercury turn direct, or you could argue and it gap down and made that low there. So I think that's pretty interesting. You know, if you're not used to this stuff, you're trading as like boxing Muhammad Ali with one hand behind your back, you know. I think you're at a big disadvantage if you don't have this information. I don't think I could even do the markets without this stuff. All right, so I've been doing this a long time, about 50 years. I'm a former Chicago floor trader. I was on the CBOE and the Board of Trade for about 12 years. Back there in the good old Chicago, and now I'm in beautiful Florida, and looking forward to helping some of the folks. Hey, Larry, any folks there in the Tiger's Den have any questions or comments or?
Not today, Norm, but we'll have you on again soon. So just keep those cards and letters coming toward us because you've got some great stuff. We'd like to have you as our guest. So stay well.
I appreciate that. Appreciate it greatly. Okay. So I'd love to help some of the folks there, Larry. Here's my contact information. I'm in beautiful Naples, Florida. You can call me at 239-594-3939, or you can call me on Skype at nwinsky@yahoo.com. That's NWINSKY at yahoo.com, or you can email me at that address also, and I'll get right back to you. It'll be me talking to you. Don't have any secretaries or robots answering the phone, just me. And hopefully if you're just talking to me, you might learn something from my 50 years of experience. By the way, everything I'm doing here, I just did a class with somebody, promised them that over the weekend, and like I promise everybody, nothing is over a 5th grade level. If you made it through the grade school, you're good to go with me. You don't have any advanced math or anything like that. So anybody can learn this stuff, and looking forward to helping some of the folks there, Larry.
Thank you, Norm. Listen, you have a good day, buddy, and we'll get back to you really soon, okay?
You bet. Thanks a lot. Take care.
You bet. Norm Winsky of Astro Trends. Okay, folks, let's get some charts up here. We just getting ready to make a new high here above the S&P at 5191. We should take that out in just a second here. Looks like there's going to be peace in with Hamas and Jerusalem. And then, boy, if that happens, it'll be the first time in 3,000 years. Hold on, folks. Let me get my charts up so that I'll be able to share you screens that we're looking at right here. And someone had a question about another stock that is out there that we need to talk about. Let's see. We'll get this back here. There's what we're looking for. Here's what we're watching here now in the S&P. You can see here, this was a number we were looking for. It looks like we're going to make another jab at it here. Selling it here, folks, we recommended the stop to be at 51.92. In other words, you have to let's not try 51.91. You add 20 points of that. 52.10 was the stop on this. The reason why is this is a long-term daily, folks. It might go a little bit higher as you can. It could go a lot higher, as you know. Sometimes they fail. Right now, that's doing nothing, just going up here and playing with those numbers and stuff like that. So I think it's important to remember that. Let's get to that stock that someone asked about. Let me get this up here. It's one that we've all heard of. Hold on. Where is it? And it is Mr. Google. This is still one of the most bullish stocks on this thing so far, folks. But let's take a quick look here. And here's where we are with Google. We had this big run up on this monster volume, and then we gapped down. If you remember, we said if this market gaps down on this, that would be a bearish phenomenon. So far, that is what's happened. That was on very large volume, too, as you recall here. When it did that, the average volume is around 20 million, and they did just a little bit more than 56 million that day, and everybody that bought it that day has a loss. So let's look at it from a time frame of coming down, and now we've been in a 5-day rally here. So we're going to bring this up on a 60-minute chart. Probably going to, oh my goodness, it hasn't even made a 382 retracement as of yet. And that's here's where we are today, trading at 168.96. So this is still this is all baloney, folks. I'll tell you why. This was delete the bar, and you'll see. Well, what happens is it replaces it. This is a bad part of the charting package that I have no control over. Anyway, should have some resistance at 171. We're at 168.89. Both Google and Apple are acting less bullish than some of the others, but most of those stocks in the MAGA group don't look very good at all. I mean most of them. Those we covered in the newsletter quite a bit. Now we have one other commodity that someone wanted to ask us about, and that is Mr. Copper. Let's get up here. Where are we at here? HG is right here. And we had a pretty good rally here. This is the daily on the copper. What we'll do is we'll go down to a 4-hour so we can see where we are in the context of a shorter term and give a rough idea. And there's the big move. We had a move down from this level in the rally so far. Back today, starting on the 2nd, which was last Thursday, we've gone up to the 78% level almost exactly. We're just setting right here at the 61% retracement here. Remember, folks, on the long-term daily on this had some really big numbers, and especially if you look at the weekly on copper, there's a lot of things to tell you that there was you can only do it so much, but there's your large A, B, C, D on the weekly pattern here. There's your A leg right here. There's your B leg, C leg, D leg, that measured up to 464. The high was 469, and here we are trading at 461. And look how many weeks in a row we've been up. You have just very little down move on this way up, and that's what we're watching. So this could be a significant top in the copper, but as we know, it doesn't always work that way. Okay. Oh, someone asked to take a look at soybean meal. We already did that. Yeah, we already looked at, so I'll look at it again since you're asking. Hold on a second here. And that is right here. Yeah, we've already looked at this. See, it's already breaking out, and it's on its way. So we'll see how it's going to have. I would think it didn't have any trouble at the 50% or 382, did it? It didn't have any trouble at the 50%, did it? I would not bet on it making any trouble here at the 61% retracement. That's my 2 cents. Let's take a little break. 877-927-6648.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
The stock market is a delicate, interconnecting web of commodities, equities, and trader psychology. When one string of the web is pulled, it has a ripple effect across the broader market. This is where opportunity lies. But how are you to gather all of this information into one cohesive model when you're already spending your energy looking for any possible trade opportunities? Luckily, you don't have to worry about that, as Tom O'Brien has brought all important market news to you in one single newsletter, Market Insights. Market Insights provides a daily overview of what's happening in the indexes, bonds, gold, and more. Follow along with Tom daily as he analyzes the components that affect the overall movement of the stock market, giving insight into how each one plays either a bullish or bearish role. Tom also analyzes specific equities that he believes has the potential to make huge returns, and his track record proves his analysis right. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Don't let the market leave you in the dust.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Okay, folks, we got the stock market up still pretty strong with 2 hours to go. The S&P's made 51.91, which was our 618 target. So far, the high has been 51.91.50. Like we mentioned here, you have to put a 20-point stop on that because that is a major pattern. May not work, but those are the kind you live and breathe for because that's got all the ABCDs, all the numbers that you look for are all lined up. And the $64 question is sometimes they fail, and when they do, you got to stand aside. So this might be one of those times where you stand aside, but there'll be another opportunity coming down the road. That's absolutely certain. No question about that. Also, a little talking about the grain markets. We are going to have sometime in the next week or two, whenever the weather breaks or whatever causes, you're going to have a break in the grain markets. You've got to get ready to buy those. The way you do that is you figure out previous relationships of some of these swings and using harmonic numbers, like the harmonic number in soybeans is 36 cents. So if you see a 36-cent break in soybeans, close your eyes and buy it. You have to risk 18 cents, but chances are you're not going to be underwater very long because that's how those things move. You saw it in the wheat market. Wheat market's harmonic number is 18 cents. It was down 18 cents from Friday. And today it jumped and just went absolutely through the roof, up another 40 cents. So those are the ones you've got to sort of, keep an eye on. not all the time. It's in the actions in the stock market. Sometimes the commodity market's a place to be, and right now that's pretty much the way it's been happening. So I hope that helps today. So live every day in an attitude of gratitude, and may God bless, and we'll see you on the flip side tomorrow with Paula T. Douglas as our guest. So thank you for joining us.